So welcome back to the channel. Sorry I'm a bit late. I've been busy really, and I just want to get straight into things, okay? Because dinner might be coming soon, and I want to. Ipswich 5, Sheffield United 0, and I think that Ruben Sellers is probably going to get sacked. No, he has been sacked. And Wilder has taken the job, which is definitely the right choice. I think they shouldn't have sacked him in the first place. And he just always comes in at Sheffield United, doesn't he? Like, he always comes in at Sheffield United. He knows this club, so I think he can. I think he'll have an impact. He'll get the best out of Gustavo Hamer. I think he'll play him to a good start, and I think because they've got the quality is there. They will start flying. Ipswich again. These are two sides that started poorly, but will start flying. Ipswich haven't started that good, really. I think at all for their standards. Haven't even won, but this is, I'm sure, has really boosted their confidence. Philogene a really good player, and for Sheffield United, the defence just doesn't look right. Godfrey hasn't been that good at all, really, since he's come, and it's a mess. It's a mess. That's what it is. Charlton 1, Millwall 1. Yeah, Sonny Carey, I quite like. He's a good player. I'll rate him. Ramsey red card. So it was the second yellow. I'm not gonna comment on it before. Bangura Williams scored. I think it's a good point for both sides. There, that's better. It's a good point for both sides. So can this thing stay right? There you go. So it's bad. It was against my mouth there, but yeah, good result I think. And I think they'll both be fine. I'm staying up definitely. And let's go on to our next game. Oxford 2, Leicester 2. Ramsey, I want to go straight to red card. I have no idea what he's doing. He's just gone straight in, two-footed someone on his debut, and it's awful. Pereira's actually scored quite a few goals to be fair, and for a right back, he's a good player at this level. So is Lancashire. To be fair, he wasn't that good at West Brom last season, but he's cooking at Oxford. I still think they needed a proper number 9 though, a proper striker. Now that obviously they have Mark Harris, but I don't think he's just quite there. Really, I think they could do something maybe a bit better, but that's a good point for Oxford. Leicester, I think, will probably be a bit annoyed that they've not gone there and won, but you can't please everyone. That's all I'm going to say. And the other half 12 up, Preston North End drew 2-2 at home to Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough are top of the league, so I'm sure they're probably a bit annoyed with that result, but oh well, the 100% record does go. I still think they've had a really good start to the season though, and Rob Edwards, he's got the best out of the squad, which honestly I don't think he would. I thought he'd be sacked in January or something like that, maybe or February probably. Preston, I think they'll be fine. I'll do like an updated predictions at some point, but that's probably not soon because it's still very early days. But I'll do it for Championship and League One. Dobbin and Story getting on it. Target's a really good player for this level, to be fair. I'll rate him, but yeah. Right, so Coventry City 1, Norwich City 1. Had you right in last minute to keep Coventry's unbeaten record. I've been a bit disappointed with them in recent weeks, drawing away at Oxford and then drawing at home here. Obviously, Norwich are quite good away, or they have been this season, but I'd still expect them to win at home against Norwich. Yeah, they did go 1-0 up. It's definitely a better point for Norwich and Coventry, because if I were a Coventry fan, I'd be quite annoyed that we've not won. And that they haven't won, so should I say? But really good point for Norwich. Coventry has your right to player. Like he can find back in that. I wouldn't worry too much for Coventry. I still think they'll get in quite comfortably. Norwich, I think, could. I think there's a lot of teams from the Championship which I think definitely could get in there. So I think it's quite an open playoff battle, really. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 3. Now Bristol City are actually my second team to an extent, so I was quite happy about this result. But Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, they might as well send seats now because they will unfortunately get relegated. It's a shame of what's happening around the club, but these are the kind of results that they will expect or should expect every week, really, because they will, and there's nothing that Henrik Pedersen can actually do, really, which is sad. It is quite sad, but I want Bristol City to get a playoffs again because I think if they did that, I think it'd be such an achievement to do it twice in a row. Look, but they've not spent that much money, really, especially when they've lost like a top scorer, second top scorer in Naki Wells. I'd love them to do it. Stoke won, Birmingham won. Good one for Stoke. Birmingham should be annoyed. But I want more. I still think they will maybe get in. I don't want to change predictions too soon, but no, they look alright, really. Even though they've dropped off, it's 2 wins, a draw, 2 defeats. They're just adapting to life in the Championship, but like when they start doing well, Furuhashi's will start firing, and they'll be fine. Swansea 2, Hull 2. John Egan scored right at the end to level up. These are just two sides which have just been damaged forever. I do think Hull will get relegated, and I'll stand by that. But I think Swansea, I think they could be around 10th-ish, I guess. But so we'll come to predictions. I've just stung off the head, but yeah. It's not much else to say there, is there really? But Ronaldo, he's a good player. I like him. So Monash, I'm no idea how to say that name. So I don't want to completely butcher it, but yeah, he scored for Blackburn as Watford lost. I still think that Watford are in trouble. I don't care what anyone says. I think they're in trouble for relegation. I genuinely do. I wouldn't worry really. Fun. That's good. Win for Blackburn now. If I were a Blackburn fan, I would take that because these are sort of games that you've got to win if you want to be away from it, or just stay up really. So they've done well there and they've grinded out a good result. Okay, I was quite shocked, but because Derby aren't great. Derby haven't been good start season, but they went to West Brom and won, which is an achievement really in itself. And there's been lots of away wins, hasn't there? Because QPR have obviously won as well at Wrexham, which would be our next one. But Byman, experience, cool. First loss for West Brom. I wouldn't worry because I think they've got a good chance of getting there. So well done. Wrexham 1, QPR 3. Wrexham, I think they've got a lot of adapting to do because I think they're doing a case of they've got some very good players in their squad, like Cody, Windass, Moore, O'Brien. They've also got some quite bad ones. Not bad, but they've got players in their starting 11 which maybe aren't quite of a quality. Players like I'm looking at players like Cleworth, Dobson, there's like Longman, Okonkwo. Players like that, I think, could step down really from first team because I think Championship's a big jump and they are struggling. I need something else. Good win for QPR though. I've not been that certain about, but that is a good result. Sarkis Derby 0-0. Absolutely horrible, terrible match. Southampton did have that good chance with that when Archer came through, but I think he looked for someone in box, but no one was there. I actually watched this game live on ITV because I actually had time somehow. But honestly, awful match. Like, it was such a waste of my time watching it. Honestly, it was bad. Okay, my Championship top 6: Middlesbrough, Stoke, Bristol City, Leicester, West Brom, and Coventry at the moment. I think out of the ones who I expect to be there, I think Stoke are definitely the biggest surprise. Coventry I'd expect. Leicester you probably expect. Leicester or Middlesbrough you aren't shocking, and neither are Bristol City really. But Stoke is surprising. I'll say that. But yeah, let's go on to League One now. Whew. So Bradford City got a 3-1 win against Huddersfield Town to kick us off. And again, Huddersfield are just not at it. Defensively, since Goodman's gone, Nichols I just don't rate, and that's happened. Bradford are a good side. That is all you need. Bobby Poynton, I really rate as a player. So two goals, I'm not even shocked. It's awful again from Huddersfield. I think Lee Grant will be sacked soon. I'm not saying he should be yet, but I think soon I could see. I think he will get the boot. I think Huddersfield will turn on him, and they'll be like, "I'm gonna sack you." That sounds so stupid now, but that's genuinely what I think they'll be like. I mean, I realise that he's just not taking them anywhere. They've gotten decent results, but you'd expect that with the squad they've got. They've got Ryan Ledson stood at middle of the park. They've got Alpha May and Jer Taylor up front. These are results you'd expect from the side. After Bradford, really good win, and not many teams are going to go to Valley Parade and win, if not none. They're genuinely a contender for playoffs, and I'm not even like getting too excited. I genuinely think they are. Sort of computer problem. So I had a little computer problem there because my stupid brother came in and decided to interrupt, and I've got my last slide. So it's all gone a bit funny, but it's fine now. He's not stupid, but he was just being annoying. Northampton Town won 1-0 at home against Northampton. McGeehan with the goal. Good win for Northampton, but Blackpool, they are not going to be in the playoff picture if they are getting results like this. Steve Bruce, I think, will get sacked soon. Again, awful. I don't know how Blackpool fans are actually coping right now. Northampton Town, 3 wins on the trot. They look decent. Will they stay up? They've got a chance. They've definitely got a good chance. I'll say that. And Wimbledon got a 2-1 win at home against Rotherham, which serves them right for beating us. Although that makes the defeat worse. But anyway, so I said to the Man United fans out about Grimsby. That's what I'll say to them. Reeves and Stevens from the spot. Again, just calm, composed. Yeah, again, these are two sides which will be scrapping, but I think Wimbledon will honestly finish higher than Rotherham. Because they ran so much better. They know what they're doing rather than just pick a bunch of injury-prone midfielders and just call it a window. But that's a good one for Wimbledon because they've not been doing so well in recent weeks, but now they've got back and they look good. Barnsley 3 Reading 2. Yeah, good result for Barnsley. Not end of world for Reading, even though they are. I think they're in relegation zone. It's not end of world because I still think they'll stay up with ease. I think they could be like. I won't reveal that. That's what I'll say. But good one for Barnsley. They're a good side. They are a force for reckoned at the top of the league, 100%. Who are not are Burton, who I think will, and big. I think they're in big trouble for relegation. If you lose, Lincoln are a bad side, but these are the type of games you should win, really, or you should get points out of them. But Burton are not, and reminds me of the team's going to come up next. You might know who it is. Sonny Bradley, header for Lincoln. He's just such a big lump which Exeter need. He can just go oof on corners and free kicks, just head it in back of net. Burton, I don't rate. I'll put it like that. Let's still put Bell to it. We're really bad. Things need to change. Moving on. We're in trouble. Moving on. Later at 1, Bolton 1. Another draw for Bolton. They've rescued that one late. Marco Zubra. What a strike, though. Realistically, I don't care much about it. 2 from 3. See, Luton had 2 penalties and a better team statistically. Everton still won with a red card. Why? Also, just I kind of wanted to get this over and done with, so I'm just gonna move on. Manchester 1, Stevenage 1. Who cares? Actually, who cares? Peterborough 2, Wickham no one. We finally actually won Peterborough. I still think they're getting relegated though with ease. Garbutt, yeah, Garbutt's one of the 3 best players. The midfield is definitely Peterborough's strong point, I think. To be fair, I don't mind that Morgan chap who scored. He looks like a decent striker on loan from was it Chelsea, I believe. Chelsea, yeah. Anya Denmark for Wickham. I think these are 2 sides which I think honestly could be down at bottom, and these are sides that have done well in recent years that I think will struggle. These are 2 sides that were in the Championship in the 2020s, and I think that could honestly both go down to League 2. Especially, I think Peterborough's believable, but I don't think many people will believe me on Wickham. Trust me, I have seen enough. And then Stockport 1, Cardiff 1. Yeah, that's 2 goals in the league conceded for Cardiff. It's ridiculous. Salek has grabbed it on late on to make sure Cardiff keep that unbeaten record. And Stockport, they're not the same team that they were last season. Last season they were at home. They were very, especially at home, right? They were very difficult to beat. Difficult to break down. This season they're 10th. They're losing at home to Bradford. Things just they're not. They're just not the same as last season. They've lost their way at Plymouth, who were really bad, and they're relying on Norwich from spot to get them points. It's just something's not right, and I think Cardiff they've started very well. Lawler and Fish defensively they just look really good. They not score goals either, and Salek could strike. Yeah. Shock of the week? Question mark. Wigan absolutely battered Doncaster at home. Obviously, Doncaster started very well, but that's a good result. Costello, Smith, Murray, bang, bang, bang. Costello finally scored his first goal. It's about time, really. But really good for Wigan. I still think Donny will be like mid-table beast. He'll definitely stay up. And that takes us onto our top 6. So Cardiff still need the pack, but on goal difference of Bradford with Barnsley, Stevenage, Donny not far behind, Huddersfield in 6th with 15. It is shaping up. It's properly taking shape, which is good. And interesting, if Cardiff lose the next game, Huddersfield win it. That Huddersfield do actually go with Cardiff, which is interesting. So it is that close, which I like. I like that it is that close. Lincoln, Wigan, Luton, Stockport are not far behind it, and yeah, that will round up our video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to make it a bit shorter than usual, skipping over a lot of the pointless games really. But yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.